What is up, everybody? Joe Della Torre here with Fuck Around and Find Out. Podcast number, who knows? I have never kept track. My bad. So I'm here with my guest all the way from Cali, Silver Fox. And we were supposed to do a pod like, what, a month ago? Yeah, we were supposed to do a pod like a couple weeks ago, but we ended up not doing it because she got the time wrong and everything like that. So what we want to talk about, what we were supposed to talk about in that pod, and we're just going to talk about in this one. We made a decision yesterday. Let's just talk about energy, right? And how important it is. So the first question to you, Silver Fox, is what about energy when you sleep with somebody? How good, bad is that?
Oh my goodness, you guys. So I'm spiritual, and when it comes down to like energy exchange, like you really need to know who you're sleeping with. Like you just can't go around town, giving out your energy. You're giving out your energy and you're absorbing somebody else's karma alongside with it.
Right.
So it sounds crazy, but start noticing when you sleep with somebody, if like your money starts going like low, or you're having all of a sudden bad luck or blockages. It really has to do who you're giving your energy to, because they can get your energy of abundance.
Yeah, I've noticed that one time, this was like a couple years ago, after I slept with a woman, my credit score went down like 50 points.
Did she run your credit?
No, I'm just playing. But I mean, it is true though. Like you basically, everybody that you engage with, right? And this is not just sexual, but this is part of it, like sexual. Sexual is a big, huge part of it because you're like giving your person your all, right? And if that person is going through some messed up things in their life, because you wouldn't know this, maybe they have some drama, maybe they just broke up with somebody, maybe they're having fights with their family, maybe they're having a hardship with their ex or whatever. So you're drained, you're kind of, like you said, you're absorbing all that bad energy. So I don't understand why people don't think about that. They just kind of like, well, she was hot or he was good looking. That's not good enough. But like, what are other scenarios where energy is important and things can happen? Like, let's talk about some other things when how energy is important.
Well, that too, and not letting people, just anybody touch you, touch your hair, touch your body, because that just drains you, or you can catch on their energy. You should be very sacred with your body, very sacred. Not let anyone touch you, especially like they say, "Oh, you have such nice hair,"
right?
And when they're like literally hating your hair and they want it to fall off your scalp,
yeah,
like, and they're putting that negativity onto your body.
Yeah, I mean, since you're obviously Mexican, did you ever hear of like the thing in your family called ojo?
No.
You've never heard of that?
Never.
So something with my family, at least, so I know Mexicans maybe in Chicago, like ojo is when someone's like envying you, watching you. So then your mom will come out with an egg, right? Rub it all over your body and then crack it into like a glass, kind of like releasing that energy. And it's like something that they talk about a lot. But that's just from not even touching someone. That's literally from simply them watching you, envying you. Like they said something, if someone says your eyes are beautiful all the time, they have to touch your eyes, or like they're kind of like jinxing you or something like that. So you never heard of that?
No.
What's up, Jacob?
Mal de ojo, I believe.
Okay,
it's
so
called.
all right.
Yeah, and absolutely, just by them just looking at you like, oh, that person thinks they're so good looking, or oh, why are they wearing that? I wouldn't wear that. It doesn't matter, but the whole fact is that they're projecting that negative energy, and not only that, but their own insecurities onto you.
Yeah.
Is just the body absorbs it. The body absorbs all that. And yeah, I've heard that it's called a barrida.
Yeah.
They get the egg and then they crack it and they see if there's like points and stuff.
I remember I was married and my mom tried to do that to one of my kids, and the mother of my children, she got freaked out. She didn't like that. She thought that was like witchcraft and like, don't do that. Like she thought like by doing that was going to put some bad energy on my child, right? But my parents or my family have been doing it for years, so it's something that I'm used to. But another thing I thought about, what about having conversations with people on the phone that are negative as fuck? Like, how disturbing. I don't talk on the phone a lot. Not a lot of people have my phone number, but like there are people that I know that will keep talking to a person that the only thing that person wants to talk about is negativity. Then you wonder why you're drained and your whole day's off, right? Have you ever experienced that?
Absolutely. Just by someone being so negative and just talking about what was my life, and you're giving them the answers to the questions, but they just want to trauma dump or just leave all that negativity onto you so they could feel good about themselves, but then you hold on to that energy and you feel completely drained.
Right.
When it comes down to like situations like that, you can only just give only certain amounts of your energy because you will be depleted. You're gonna feel drained you're gonna want to go to sleep.
Yeah,
you're not
yeah.
gonna want to do anything because that person just emotionally drained you.
Yes, I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna talk about a
Energy
story.
vampire.
Yeah. I used to post this before. I used to post, watch, be careful of the energy vampires, or like they're just draining people. But I remember at one time my friend was going through some things. He's like, hey, you want to go get a drink? And at that time I wasn't drinking. I was on a cleanse, so I didn't drink with him. But he had a couple of beers. Right, we went to like a bar. And he was telling me like everything he's going through. He's having problems with his girl. He's thinking about finding a new girl, and he's like thinking about just going around messing around with a bunch of females, which I didn't recommend. But I know that after I was done hanging out with him, I literally had to go to sleep. Like I was so drained, and I was like, why do I feel like crap right now? I like felt like so low vibration that I didn't know what was wrong with me. So I just said, you know what? I need to go to sleep because I need some rest, because he definitely drained all my positive energy. And for anybody that knows me personally, I'm positive most of the time, unless you piss me off, right? So like I don't really complain and whine about things that go on in life. It's just a waste of energy, right? So like when you say protect yourself from other people, how strict are you when it comes to not letting people drain your energy? Like what are things that you do?
I just don't give them a satisfaction of a reaction. Like I'm not gonna be trolled into something or rage bait into something. That's one.
Yeah.
To get them that satisfaction. Oh,
What's
like,
up, Rosie? What's up, Jacob?
I made them react. Oh, look at that. Look at how she's acting. So I can turn around and be like, you're the one that's like overreactive. You
Right.
shouldn't have done this after being provoked. That's one way to protect your energy. Another way is just simply like I mentioned earlier, just give increments of your energy. Don't give all your energy out, not even to your job. Do what you need to.
Yeah.
You don't need to do more. If you want to be an overachiever here, well, that's on you.
Yeah.
But like the thing is, like, only give it, because you have to give it to yourself, your health, and your wealth, and your family.
Yeah.
And you can't just give to one thing. You have to have a balance.
Yeah, one of the things I always say to people, it's like a thing that I say, comment at something recent I've been saying. I'm like, hey, you know, if they're going to work, I'm like, all right, we'll have a good day at work, but just don't work too hard. Like it's just a job, right? We go to work and we give them all of our good energy. Then you come home to your family and you give them all the crappy, bad, stressful, I don't want to talk to nobody energy, which is terrible. But I think like if anything, it should be the flip side. Not saying you should be an asshole all day at work, but at the end of the day, what you should do is not let that environment ruin your whole day, right? Like, have you ever experienced this, like where you get up in the morning and you just already have a bad attitude and you feeling like crap, then you stub your toe?
Oh.
Or then you're trying to like put the key into the door and it just misses, and you're just like, are you serious? Because it's how you start the day, right? It's what you do from the moment you get up, who you engage with, who you talk to, whether you're going on social media. So like for me, on your social media, then I think it's funny that that's how we met, because I don't really watch people's content. I will engage on Facebook, but when it comes to like Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, I don't watch people's stories. I don't really watch people's their whatever they're posting, right? Their content. But when the reason why I stopped on you is because you had the microphone and you were talking. I'm like, okay, she must be talking about something. What's up, Gabby? So I wanted to see what you were talking about on your pod, right? And then I'm the one that told you, hey, you should definitely what do you call it? You should definitely do your pod on TikTok. And I was like, because that's where you can go live, right? And people can watch you. So I was like giving you advice from the moment that I met you. And then I pretty much offered like, hey, we should do the pod together, right? We should do a pod. Yeah, so I'm glad that you came here. I'm glad that you're all the way from Cali. What else can you think we could talk about when it comes to energies?
Like we did yesterday, I noticed that Joe had a lot of like negative energy build up in his body. So we went to ground ourselves, and which sounds kind of crazy, but that's when you take off your socks, you take off your shoes, and you like step on grass.
Yeah.
Just step on grass, lay on the grass, sand, dirt, be one with nature, and have that be absorbed out of your body. Relax. And
Would that make you a hippie?
I don't know. What
Is that a hippie thing?
There's not. I don't know. Spiritual, right?
Oh, okay,
Spiritual
okay.
people do it.
Yeah.
And you just allow all that negative energy to be absorbed by the earth, and trust me, you feel so much more relaxed. It sounds crazy, but just try it. It's only a suggestion.
Yeah, when she made the suggestion to me, you guys already know my face, because I'm straight like, huh? Oh, that's weird. I'm not doing that. But like, it made a lot of sense. And someone has told me that before, and it was definitely a good experience, because yes, after the experience, I felt like, like a release, right? Because there's only so many ways that people can release these bad energies or this negativity. I think what most people do to get rid of negativity is they party or they drink or they do drugs or whatever. They're trying to get out of reality and they want to be in the moment, because either they're living in the past, which is regret, or they're living in the future, which is anxiety, always worried about what am I going to do, what am I going to do, what is going on in my life. But peace, agree with me or not, is, oh no, oh, we're having a conversation, so this is the peace that we're having at this moment. So yeah, so I definitely like that experience that you shared with me. What other things do you think that you could do?
What other things can we do?
Yeah.
We have to just balance ourselves. We have to find balance. We need to use our discernment as well.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much just balance in your life and use your discernment, meaning like start noticing the patterns in other people, how they're acting. Like if they're only coming around when they want something from you, or want to just trauma dump on you, or want money, or want status, or want whatever it is.
Yeah.
You need to protect your energy and find balance. Start noticing patterns that people have.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that's good. No, go ahead, keep going.
No, I'm just saying, yeah, you just have to notice that. Use your discernment. Discernment's very important.
Well, like, I think I shared with you a story before about a woman that wanted to hang out with me, but not as a date. And basically, but I told her, like, right before, she went pretty livid on that. She was not happy about that. But I was like, because I feel like she was using my energy, my clout, my stage presence, like, to kind of maybe make someone else jealous, whatever. And, like, you know, I don't care that she does that, but don't use me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the guy. I don't need some guy. And this has happened before where women have used me to make some other guy jealous. And then I got guys in my DM talking all this trash. Like, hey, bro, why you talking to this girl? What the hell? I don't even know her, man. I met her maybe. Most of the time I never even met them. I started talking to them on the phone, or I talked to them on Messenger, and then basically now I have some guy randomly hitting me up like, hey bro, why you talking to my girl? I'm like, I don't even know that's your girl. And if it's your girl, why you talking to me about it? Go talk to your girl about it. I'm not the problem. Like at the end of the day, yes. So that's kind of an example of people using you to bring in your life drama and trauma that you don't really need right now.
And also draining your energy, because instead of focusing your energy on your self-health and wealth and your family, you're focused on this person that's over here talking about his own relationship issues. Check your significant other. Like, it's not always the other person.
Yeah.
You know, that's one thing too. Watch who you sleep with, like we started. Watch who you sleep with.
Watch who you sleep with, for sure.
Your energy too.
Yeah, and I think since I talk a lot about online, we talk a lot about dating. And I talk a lot about women waiting to sleep with a man or whatever. I would think that maybe I have to start selling them and convincing them on simply just energy. Because not only that, what if you're with a guy, right, or with a woman, and she sleeps with multiple people? You're getting all those energies, huh? Mm-hmm. Like, so now all these different people that one person's messed around with, and now you share your energy with them. You wonder why do I feel off? Well, you feel off because you basically had contact with someone with very shitty energy, right?
Which you just exchanged with could be caught like chaos energy, lustful energy, envious energy. Like there's just all these energies that you don't need. You want to stay positive. You want to focus on yourself. Trust your intuition as well to like protect your energy. You have to feel your intuition. That's another thing, you guys. It sounds crazy, but that little feeling that you get in your gut, you're like, I don't know about this person. I don't know if I should cut the lane on the freeway. Like, just trust it. You know.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good point. So let's talk about that for a little bit. Trusting your energy. Because you know, right? Like anybody, like I think I'm a very intuitive person. So like when I walk into a room, you could feel the energy, no?
Yeah, you absolutely.
And it's either very good or it's very bad. And then maybe it's bad because of just one person in the room that just has an off energy and it kind of like kills the whole vibe. We talk about this online vibes. We talk about energy, but do people really understand that is a real thing? And do they really understand when you say that we're vibing, it's because you guys have good energy together, right? Like you get along very well. Like here's one example. Why do people think that in a relationship that arguing all the time and fighting all the time is healthy? I hear it all the time. That being in a relationship and fighting all the time, is that healthy?
That's draining.
That's draining.
Draining your energy.
Yeah, why would you want to be with someone
draining your life force.
Yeah, why would you want to be with someone that you literally don't get along with? But yeah, you might be in love with this person at this point, or maybe like you guys have good times together. But for some reason, whether it's once a day, once every other day, you're arguing with this person. Why not just end it?
Because people hold on to it because they let their heart, their feelings, emotions get into it. But at the end of the day, you know in your heart and in your mind that person's not good for you.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've been there before. I've been in toxic relationships myself. Like, I know damn well I need to go.
Right.
This person's wrecking my freaking house and breaking down doors and all kinds of things. And I'm just like, but I love him. Yeah. And I've been there too. And it's hard to let go.
I think it's wild that if you have to call the cops, If the cops have to be called, that is not, let me say that again. If the cops have to be called, that is not a healthy relationship.
Yes.
He's going to change. She's going to change. No, she or he is not. So why stay in it?
That's a good point. And that's like also something that you need to watch for in your energy is cycles. You know this person's coming in. Though, like I said, they only come around when they want something from you, right?
Right.
It's a cycle. You got to break these cycles to start new beginnings.
Yeah.
To go get your abundance, to set your goals. What do you want in life? Do you want to be miserable? Do you still want to work at that job that you don't want to do? We got to break cycles. We got to like not be scared and get these these negative walls that we set in our heads. We're the only people that stop ourselves from progressing forward because we put these mental blockages in our mind.
Yeah.
We have to tear them down and start new.
Yeah.
And it's difficult. I know.
So like, when did you start on your journey of like actually talking about this online? Because I met you like probably, what would you say, like 6 months, maybe a year ago? I don't know. Like, I don't know how long we've been connected on Snap.
I don't know.
but I do know this. I know that like when I was watching your videos, you did tell me about it. But like, when did you start actually talking about it on video and like teaching people?
Maybe about a year ago, I started snapping because I went through my dark nights of the soul. I was completely depressed. I was devastated. I mentioned this on my Snap.
Yeah.
I lost my fiance, my baby daughter, and my firstborn in less than a week. So 2 of them passed away. One no longer is here. He's here, but he's upstate.
Okay.
And I was so depressed, and I was like so focused on my losses that I couldn't see my wins. What I still was grateful for, to have a home and all that. So I started reflecting, and like, you know what? I need to put more positive things out there because all I see is negative things online or dumb videos of cats or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let's put something positive out there because I don't see anything positive. And I just started slowly sending messages, and people reciprocated it, and they liked it because they're so tired of so much negative things in life. Some people are, some others aren't. But.
I mean, I think I got on social. I go way back to like MySpace days. So I've been doing videos forever. I probably have thousands of videos online all over YouTube, all over the internet that I can't even get access to because I've lost those accounts. But like, I started off talking more about positivity and basically that kind of thing. People were calling me a life coach online. And then eventually I started being myself, which is me all the time, talking shit. That's all I do. If it was illegal, I'd be serving 2 life terms. And for whatever reason, like, people liked me more that way because it's my authentic self, right?
Absolutely.
Me, if that's me, then that's who I am. And so like when people think, they'll say things to me like, is this how you are in real life? Like, yes, and I'm like this all the time. I talk shit. I basically check people all the time. I say things that I probably shouldn't have said. My mouth runs. Whatever my mind thinks, I go with it. But I've learned something though. I do not give people advice anymore, like unless they really ask me for it. But I used to be the guy that would just give you advice without even you telling me.
Unsolicited advice.
Yeah. And that would piss people off. They did not like that at all. So then basically I learned that, yes, even though I know I'm trying to help them in a good way, it's not worth my time only because they're not going to listen anyways. Have you ever heard of the term asshole?
No.
An asshole is someone that asks you for advice and never does it. So that's an asshole. So I remember I posted it one time because that's what people are. People someone will hit me up on social. I never met them, but they want to like tell me their whole life story and like tell me everything that's going on. So then I make a decision for them. Like, let's just say it's a bad relationship because that's a lot of them, right? So I'll say, you need to break up with that guy, like right now. And then you know what they say? Guess.
And then I love him.
But I want to see. Well, he's right. So then they start defending him. I said, wait a minute, you just got done for like 30 minutes telling me how this guy's a piece of crap and how he does this and that. And then I tell you, well, then make a decision, break up with him right now, today. I said the same thing to a man. I told this dude, get rid of her, bro. It's over with. And what do they say? Well, but we got her this and we could do this. And you start like justifying all these reasons to stay in a toxic relationship. Makes no sense to me.
Makes no sense.
And that's why I call them assholes. Like, don't ask me for help or don't ask me for my opinion if you're not going to take it, man. Because I'm going to tell you straight up, I'm not Willy Wonka, I don't sugarcoat shit. So I'm going to tell you straight up, like, yeah, that's not cool. And like, I remember one time I was hanging out with a group of women and we went to this event, like a networking event. and by the time, they've had drinks now, so they forgot I was in the car. And so now they're just talking freely, and it's like I'm not even freaking there. And then one of the women in the car was talking about some guy that she just met, and like he's really sexy and he works out all the time, and he loves to show it off in his videos. So as she was explaining this guy and telling me other things that he does, I right away out of nowhere, because they forgot I was there, I said, yeah, that dude's playing you. He's playing you like a soybean burger. And then right away she's like, what? Oh, how do you know? You don't even know him. And like she went off on me. And I'm like, I'm just telling you from what you're saying, I'm a man, and everything you're saying about this guy right now, that guy's not good. So tell me why 3 days later, she stopped talking to him. Done with him. And I didn't have to say that I was right. She already know. But I was trying to help her out.
Did she find out something?
Yeah, he was being a playboy. Like everything you're saying to me right now, he's using you for sex only. Like there's no other reason why he's talking to you only for sex. And you think that, because it's a good sex probably, and because he's sexy, that's you like blinded. Like I can't see anymore. Like there's no way this guy's only into me. So yeah, she just found out that he was like entertaining a bunch of different women. And I was like, yeah, I mean, come on, you're telling me everything he's doing right now. That's obvious that he's doing that. But, again, women get blinded, and they're more emotional than us, so they don't sometimes see it right away.
No, they don't. I mean, I'm a woman. I can tell you I've been there. I've been there plenty of times that I've learned, like, once I see the signs, like, I don't like this, the red flags, importantly.
Yeah.
Don't ignore the red flags. Some of them are like, what? I want that. I like that. Some people like that.
No, some people like toxic. Yeah. I meet guys that are like that. They're like, I like them a little spicy. Yeah, until you get stabbed, bro. So like, yeah, that's not spice. That's not spice that I want. I want spice in my food. Yeah. So like, one of the things here, let's talk about this. Let's talk about dealing with negative energy when it comes to friends and family. Yeah, right. I even do that. Anybody that watches right now, when I say let's talk about your negative with your family and your friends,
I just disassociate.
I think all of us get this sigh because we're like, but he's my friend or she's my friend, but they're so bad for you, right? There's a thing that we used to say called SOS, seasons of separation. Sometimes we need an SOS where we just need to separate from all these people and just focus on you, right? But have you ever, and anybody watching, have you ever dealt with or still deal with negative family and friends?
I'm going to be honest here on the live. I don't talk to any of my family for that reason.
I
cut them off. I disassociated myself from my family because when I needed them most, when like the incident that happened in my household, all my family turned on me. Like basically, not all of them. There's some of them try to come around, but it was to just basically get information, to start rumors, to come out with their own conclusions.
I experienced it. Yep.
Yeah, and it's just like, no, I don't want nothing to do with you. And then you want to start a smear campaign afterwards.
Right. Family, right?
Yeah, defamation of character. Slander, like all kinds of stuff.
What ends up happening is no one really reaches out to you to ask what's going on. So they just start creating their own narrative, and they start all creating this story about you, and then it gets spread through the whole family, and like everyone now is talking about you, that you're all these things. Meanwhile, now one person has reached out to you to see if you're okay.
Exactly. Yeah. And then you wanted to believe that scenario. Why couldn't you your family come up to you and ask you what's going on? I heard this happen. There's social media.
Right.
There's Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and list goes on and on. Like how we can communicate. Like we can communicate right now the best way possible because of our technology. But you're saying that you couldn't reach me?
Right. You don't know my number, or you don't know what my Facebook is. You could have easily messaged me and say, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
Because that's really what we need.
Exactly.
Are you okay?
Yeah, but do they?
No.
No. So
there's one of the famous quotes that I got from Jay Leno. I was watching his show one night, and he said something during his like monologue, like he made a joke, but then he said something about Eminem and his mom and stuff like that. He's like, well, as I always say, your family and friends will bring you down faster than your enemies will. And when I heard that like stayed in my brain. I've been thinking about it forever because it's usually the closest people to us that hate. It's usually the closest people that can hurt us because they know everything about us, right? So then they know they can do more. And a lot of times they were probably hating the whole time watching you. And then when you finally had like a downfall, they were like almost excited about it, right?
Oh, they absolutely loved it. It's like a pack of hyenas. I wouldn't say wolves because I love wolves personally. Over there, hee ha, like because of your downfall. Yeah. And that's, you know what? And the best part is, if you get up from that downfall and you rise up and you're successful and you're shining, that is gonna irk more than anything, because not even at your weakest did you allow them to do it. Maybe they got off on it a little bit. Maybe they enjoyed it. They were like, cheers, F that bitch, fuck that guy, I never liked them. That's what they fucking get. No. The thing is, you're gonna rise up. Okay, if you're going through this right now, you are gonna rise up. You're gonna be successful, and you're gonna shine and be the better version of yourself, because you learned that lesson. And you're not gonna ever be in that situation again.
Correct.
So
all positions in life are temporary, whether up or down. So it doesn't matter where you're at right now. You're either going up, you're moving down, but it never stops. Like, we're in constant motion, we're in constant movement, we're in constantly doing, either evolving or we're dying. It's really up to the person, right, per se. But it has a lot to do with everything we're talking about in this pod. Literally, man, choose better people. And I think a lot of times, I think a lot of times when I tell people, this is like my best advice I ever give people: you need better people around you. Yeah. At the end of the day, you need better people, and that could be even your family and friends, or people that you know. They're just not good people for you, and you need to learn that and be able to be bold enough and just not talk to these people, right? But also, let's talk about energy when it comes to online. I think it's funny that women, more women than men, but women, they get in their brain that if they got 100 thirsty guys trying to hit them up, that they must be the hottest woman on the planet. Meanwhile, not realizing, no, that thirsty guy is trying to talk to every woman on his snap. He's in every, he's on all the comments, on every woman's comments. He's like, yeah, baby, you're so gorgeous. Oh, baby, if you were mine. Oh, baby, you're so hot. You've heard these before.
I have, and you can tell if you go check, like, let's see if they comment on other things, like it's copy and paste, copy and paste, and it's just like, and please, guys, you know what?
Oh yeah,
don't
copy
send
and
dick
paste.
Pics, please. Like, I'm just saying here right now.
Isn't that great energy?
No,
that's not great energy.
I'm not
what?
Sure unless you over here, that thing's hanging all the way down to your knees, and that's impressive. But please don't send them. The ladies don't like it. Well, maybe some do, but.
That's
most
thirsty
of us
energy.
That's lustful energy.
Lustful energy, lustful energy. So, like, at the end of the day, that's what it is. Like, you know, I see like women on certain platforms, and they got all these thirsty guys. Like, that's even something that I think women should really think about. You're engaging and you're allowing lustful energy all over your page. Not good. What do they expect to get from that?
I don't know. They just like attention, maybe.
Attention, validation,
validation. Yeah. That's a lot of it.
It's a lot, they want to know every day they're hot. But then you think about who's calling you hot. Like, look at the guys that are calling you hot. Like, when I look on the comments, these guys are in their bed. Their selfies in their bed eating Cheetos. You know, some of them have like their dog on their chest. Wing. Yeah, like a whole chicken wing over here. Like, yeah, you're impressed. I think it's more who gave you the compliment, right? So like me, if I get compliments online, I understand. I take it and say thank you, but I don't take it serious, because I'm thinking to myself, like, you're probably talking out of thirst or talking out of lust. You're not talking out of, like, you really want to know me as a person, or like you care about what I'm going through today, right? No. You just basically are attracted to me, right? So then you'll say those things. But I think it goes for women more, because women, you guys get all the crap, right? You get DMs all day, people talking to you all freaking day, trying to holler at you. And so, like, how do you deal with that? Because I asked you that yesterday. A lot of guys on your Snap try to hit you up, right? Yeah. And so, how do you just not entertain any conversations?
With Snap, I'm fortunate. Like, I'm over here writing myself out.
Yeah, write yourself out. Well, I mean, only if the Snap people see it. But go ahead.
Yeah. You know, there's this option that you can swipe to the side, and it like lets you read the message.
Oh,
so if it's saying,
on Snapchat?
So there says like, what are you doing? It doesn't show that it opened it, so it just stays closed. It doesn't show like it was read. So if I see, what are you doing? Hi, hey, no, get the hell out. You know, like,
so your DMs are filled with haze, highs, and what you doing,
and dick pics, pretty much.
Oh, dick pics.
It's just terrible.
Hey, what's up, Christina? Yeah, so like, no, but like, I think about that too. Like, I wonder sometimes, like, and I feel like sometimes, like, since my Facebook is mainly for business, so like when I reach out to someone, it's usually about business. But I think like sometimes women won't respond to me because they probably think I'm just another guy in their DMs trying to like, hey, baby, you're so hot, or hey, you're so fine, or we should go out sometime, blah, 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 whatever their game is. I don't know, because I don't know. They're all the same, right? I think like all these guys must hang out at the same bar, and they all must hang out and talk to each other, and all have the same pickup lines. Just what you doing? Like, could you come up with something?
I hate that
Yeah. What just shows you that it's not, he's a boy. he's not even at an intellectual level to even talk to you, right?
I won't entertain it.
Want to entertain it. All right. So like for the women out here, hey Rebecca, how you know? One thing I could say is like for all of you guys that are watching this pod right now, I hope you're really getting the message, and the message is pretty clear. Like, really protect your energy, like at all costs. Like your energy is what gets you through the day. It's what gets you through the week, gets you through everything. Mm-hmm. So if you know that certain scenarios and certain places and certain people and environments is probably going to be a negative time, then don't go. And it's usually the family barbecue.
Oh yeah, you already know that uncle that gets crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, well, everyone has one drunk uncle.
Yeah,
that gets stupid. Yeah.
Or like if you have a cousin you don't fuck with, you're like, oh man, if that bitch is over there, I'm gonna kick you in the teeth or something like that. If your mind's already that way, don't even go. And then if they invite you late, don't even go either, because they didn't want you there to begin with. Yeah, because things are like weddings. Yeah. They're like planned in advance, like months, years ahead. So in 2 weeks you get like a message like, hey, can you come to the wedding? What? Obviously I wasn't the first person that was invited.
Some people didn't decide not to show, so they're like, you know what? Let me invite her and see what she wants to do.
I paid for this plate of food, somebody needs to eat it, like that type of stuff.
Yeah. So what we've learned, I think at the end of the day, once you really learn this energy thing, right? You kind of more of solo person, right? You're more like low key. You kind of really don't engage with a lot of people. Like for me personally, it takes a lot for me to actually want to meet a person or like to actually hang out with them, because I want to learn their whole life before I want to like start giving them my energy, because if they're off, you know what I'm saying, then that's going to ruin my day. But at least I'm smart enough to know that once I know that I stop messing with that person. You know, I stop talking to that person. Yeah. And it doesn't have to just be in relationships. I'm talking about just people in general. Right? Just people in general. Like I know for a fact, like this is why not a lot of people have my number, because if they did, they'd be calling me all day or texting me all day about negative bullshit that I don't want to hear, right? I don't want to hear it, right? At the end of the day, I don't want to hear it. But I don't mind when a person reaches out to me and they're going through something and they say, hey, I'm really going through this shit right now. You know, what do you think? Then I don't mind that, because you're coming at me with like almost like looking for a solution versus coming to me with just negative, like whining and complaining. Because if all you do is whine and complain about your life all day, then maybe you need a new life.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Maybe you just need to move to, like, what is it? Release like places, spaces, and things that no longer serve you. Yep. Why hold on to the things that don't help you out? Why? You stay stagnant? No, we want to move forward. So question, anything else that you would like to like end the pod with, like a best advice you can give when it comes to energy? The best advice is, like I said, use your discernment, balance, and your intuition, and that will help you out throughout your positive journey. Yeah. And protecting your energy. Right. So like if I was negative, we probably never would have talked. No, I would have just looked at it and been like, Yeah. Like I think the first message I sent you was like, oh, I like your pod, and you should get on TikTok. Yeah. Because I was like, if you got good content, you want to put that as anywhere you can put it, right? So anyways, well, the last thing I will say when it comes to energy, man, and I've had to experience it a lot with all different people, and I've been up and down, and I've gone through all kinds of experiences with family, friends, and people that have screwed me over, and people that have taken advantage of me, and all the things that happened to me. But one thing that never happened through all of that is I never became a negative person. I still stay positive, man. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, this is old news. I don't talk about people that screwed me over. I don't talk about people that have hurt me in the past. That's old news. That's like in the past. Don't want to hear about it no more. So I guess like the best thing I can say for you guys, my best advice when it comes to energy is just choose better people to be around. 100%. Choose better people to talk to. Choose better people to just a better environment, right? You could either become a product of your environment, or you can make your environment become a product of you. So me, whenever I'm in anywhere, that environment is a product of me. And it's always going to be positive, uplifting, always going to be like cheerleading you on. Like, I'm always going to be like, yeah, I believe in it. Like, you tell me you're going to do something, I'm like, yeah, man, do that. Yeah. I don't doubt it. But you know, you've talked to people before and you've told them something like, oh, I don't know, but what about then? They like kill your whole dream, right? So I appreciate everybody that got on the pod, whether you watched it live or replay. Oh my God. I appreciate you coming down and basically having this pod with me, and let's do it again. All right. Talk to you guys later.